Hello,
Hi.
hello.
What? What?
You look very nice in that shirt.
Oh, it is little hearts. It's a little sweater thing
You
that
didn't
I
wear
just,
it for
I
Valentine's
just,
Day.
I just realized I got buttercream on it. So
Oh,
it happens. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
oh, hello, Jenny, Julie, Cynthia,
Happy
Heather,
Friday. Oh no, today is. Oh my goodness, I
Mary,
thought it's Tuesday. I was gonna say
Cindy,
it's Tuesday. I was like, no,
Lady,
it's not Friday. I'm like, yay, it's Friday.
Sally, and Lynn Ann,
Hey,
Kim.
how are you?
So nice to see some new names and familiar names. Diana, hello, welcome everybody.
Hi guys, how is everyone doing?
Hello, hello. Shanna, Melissa. All right, so are you ready or you want me to go first?
Why don't you go first? I'm gonna take a breather.
Hi, Camille. Hello. So last Tuesday, so if you're new to the lives, we are live on Tuesdays and Fridays. And if you ever want to catch up, the lives are available for replay on Facebook and YouTube. So last Tuesday, I showed how to make paint a cookie paint palettes. And if you didn't know, not to toot my own horn, but I am the inventor of this.
Yes, you are.
I would call it a sensation. I mean, I go on Pinterest. There's a lot of people that have made those. And so on Tuesday, we looked at making the palettes. And I said that today we'd look at the cookies. And Han, you had asked about the first ever. So I dug up a picture. So this is actually the inspiration for the paint a cookie. So I had gone to Michael's and they sell these for the kids. It's a little craft thing, and that palette at the bottom is a little kind of paper watercolor that you can give the kids, and they just wet it and they can paint that little painting. So that was the inspiration, and this is the first one. So this is the original paint a cookie. I had made it on a rectangle.
When was that? Do you know that? I don't know if you had set the year. I'm still.
I think
Did you
it's
say?
2014.
So, folks, that's like
And look, it's a Halloween design. All my best ideas are Halloween.
2 years shy of 10 years. So it's been a while.
Yes,
How
yes.
many of you guys have done paint a cookie? Paint a cookie? Paint a cookie.
Paint a cookie. Well, I mean, it's a moneymaker. If you haven't started making them, I mean, it's a way to kind of tap an additional market, if you will, because you can market them as the party favor, not just the party, like it's a party favor, party activity / two things in one, right? Okay, so I have my cookie here. Now I'm doing the,
Oh, that is the cutest bunny.
it's a cute one. This is a Cali Sweet Sugar Bells, but I didn't see it for sale this year. So her shapes are
Thank you,
wonderful,
Kim. Hi, Jeremy, Kathy.
but I didn't
Thanks
see
for
it this.
joining us, everyone. Oh, Sally has done it.
And now all I'm doing is I'm flooding in white, and then we will immediately pipe in black in this freshly piped icing. So you can have the black slightly thicker if you want, but when you're doing wet on wet, the rule of thumb is that they should be the same consistency both.
Joseph, that's wonderful.
So how's the weather in Spain? Do I want to know with my...
No, today wasn't as. I'm not gonna say anything because anything I say, it's going to be warmer than freezing.
Oh, we're having a snowstorm as we speak.
And it will be like, don't complain. Well, today was a little windy. That's all. It gets a bit windy here. When the wind comes from the sea, it's quite something. So we have to be careful not to leave stuff outside because it goes airborne.
Yeah, your neighbor's going to get your patio furniture.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
In their swimming pool.
Other than that, it's nice.
I had a clog there.
Also, Diana says Joanne Fabrics now are selling her cutters. Yeah, that is Sweet Sugar Bell. This is a cutter from Sweet Sugar Bell, guys. And also, this is a tool from Sweet Sugar Bell, isn't it?
Yeah.
The two-in-one.
Yesterday, actually, or yesterday, the day before, I went to Winners, which is TJ Maxx, if you, in the US, you know, and they actually were having her cutters there.
Oh, that's fantastic.
They had her one of her mini sets and one of her beginner kind of like, you know, set with a lot of different shapes in it. So I'm just rocking the cookie to get it to self level. And now I'm grabbing. So you don't have to have jet black icing. You can have like a charcoal gray. And I've seen people actually do it in much lighter colors. The coloring line, if you don't have to do it, you know, in black. Sometimes your design, maybe you want to do it in a different one. All right, so now I'm just outlining. So the point is we're creating a coloring page. So ideally you're creating as many areas that need filling as possible. And you can sketch it out before you actually start on your cookie, kind of what you're going to do. And if you're handy with your silhouette, you can make yourself a stencil. There's places that sell kind of cutter stencil combos so that you can kind of make your cookies and the stencil will fit perfectly, or you can make your own. I'm using a 1.5 piping tip. Bigger than that, the line tends to be a little fat. When the cutter is not that big, it's not long, that the lines look chunky.
Happy birthday to your wife, Jeremy. So
Happy birthday.
Jeremy bought her a gift in July. I'm going to bring that up. I think it's interesting. So he's hid it through the move. Now, if it was me, I would lose it. I would definitely lose it somewhere.
I would actually forget I bought it, forget about losing it.
Yeah.
And now I'm upside down again. So my brain is in this one here, my brain is a bit struggling. So you see I've left the nose. I'm adding circles for the eyes as opposed to just a dot so that they can be colored in. And then here's some little arms. And here, let's do a little kind of belly section. So there. So you can use a stencil or you can just kind of pipe. And then this one here is dry. And I've got one of the paint palettes from Tuesday. And I just want to show something too, because I have a cookie here. So one of the questions I get is if you can use the markers to do the lines. I'm just going to quickly draw here just to show you guys what happens.
Cynthia says that you pipe better upside down than some of us can pipe right side up.
All right, so I'm just going to show you quickly here what happens if you draw this in marker, okay? So I've got my paint palette, and this is marker, this guy here. Ideally, you have a paper towel handy just to take off like excess water. And we're just going to, I'm putting red on my paintbrush. I'm wetting just water on the paint palette. I'm wetting it, and now I'm going to just try to do the nose here. And then let's do inside. You see the black is on the color?
Yeah, it's already on your paintbrush.
You see what happens? The black gets activated by that water. So it's not very nice. So it's not ideal to use marker for that. But here, I'm just actually going to use an empty brush. And you can see I'm running the paintbrush. This is wet. And you see the line, nothing moves. The line stays, it's water, Terry. So you're just using water to activate the, like, I mean, we talk about out, because this is a kid activity. You don't really want to give them a glass of vodka to paint with. So, and it doesn't matter if it pits a bit. I mean, it's their little activity, you know, if there's a little bit of pitting that happens because they've wet it too much.
You'd be
They're
the
going to
most
be
popular
angry.
mom, I suppose.
Yeah, that's it. Here's your glass of vodka. Enjoy.
We're not promoting drinking
Yeah.
during our cookie lunch break. My brain is so foggy today.
So you want to try to wash your brush before you go to the next color because, you know, if you've ever watercolored, it does kind of get muddy. So if you're watching the kids while they do this activity, you can kind of like rinse it out a little bit
So we know that
before.
this is a really good question. Um, Linan is asking if you stencil.
Mm-hmm.
If you stencil it, you have right. I guess when you stencil it, the stencil guide is raised, right? So if you stencil it on with royal icing, it's going to be raised. So do you have experience with that? Does it smear? Does
So
it?
I call it under. I've been stenciling with chocolate. Chocolate is a tricky one to use. Um, you're stenciling in chocolate on royal icing. Interesting. I've not seen that. I mean, usually I use a thicker type royal icing. I actually have a video here. I couldn't find the stencil for the live to demo it with the stencil, but I have another one that I did. Oh no, it's this. And so here, let me remove the comment. I can't see.
Okay.
So a thicker icing kind of reduces the chance of undersmush. And you see this wide kind of spatula where you're kind of covering a large area and you can kind of like just get it in the holes. I don't know. It's like the wider spatula just kind of does a even coat of the royal icing, and then you don't get so much of the undersmush. And then that gives you a really polished, consistent look. And then you can paint them here with that paint palette. You can just, the line is very flat, so you don't have to worry about chipping it off. What I had mentioned on Tuesdays, if you pipe instead of stencil, or you pipe on top of the dry white, well, the black line is raised and it can get chipped off when the kids are painting. So that's kind of like not ideal. Any other?
So we do have so Kayla, it was shown on during the Tuesday live. So if you go into the gallery, probably YouTube is the best place. It's more organized, more visible than Facebook, but it's also available on both of our pages on Facebook and YouTube. On YouTube, you just have to hit the live videos, and a lot of the videos are not out. All of them are there, so you can. And it's the last. It's this Tuesday. I don't know what date what that was.
Yeah.
So watch that there.
This is the previous one. So Camille, it's not really a count because it's like, it's not really runny, but it's not thick to the point where, you know, you have to push so hard. I would compare it, I guess, to Greek yogurt, maybe. Like, you know, you want to have it not super thick that it like resists, but if it's very runny, it like the undersmith.
Oh, yeah. It's better to have it thicker than runnier. I would like I have it at least. I mean, I have it pretty thick. I mean, if it's too thick, it's like you said. If it's too thick, it kind of you. Sometimes I struggle getting it smooth, or it starts to dry pretty quickly before I have a chance to stencil.
Yes.
And it it starts rolling almost.
And if you're making your own stencils, what's great, because often if you're making the painted cookies, you're making, let's say, 24 of the same, well, you can cut a couple of stencils so that you're not constantly washing, you know, because after you've done a few, you have to switch out. So if you're cutting your own stencil, you could cut 3, let's say, and just rotate and get your job done in no time.
So yes, so it was actually Tuesday.
Oh, yes.
It was the magical Tuesday.
It was the magical Tuesday.
Yes, so that's the live.
So yeah, so you can obviously make them for any occasion. Here's Christmas.
Emily's asking, any idea if someone makes a white edible marker? I'm having a hard time finding one.
It's fractal. Fractal makes it, and I don't know where you are, Emily, but in Canada, a shop called How Sweet Is That carries it, but the company is Fractal. And what else did I load here? I had loaded.
It's Friday. I really honestly thought it was Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a fog as well. My son's having his first little get together since COVID ever happened. This is the first time he's having friends over in 2 years. So I'm a bit stressed. It's like things that didn't give me anxiety now are stressing me out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And that was another version, that egg.
I'm sorry. Maybe, you know, you need the vodka.
Maybe I need the vodka, yes. So here, Angie loved to purchase the palette. So she does those little custom palettes. I find they look very professional. Yes, that's it. That's right, June. So I had showed that on Tuesday. So these are, you can use popsicle sticks, tongue depressors. These are actually craft sticks. They're a bit bigger. Michael sells different size kind of pieces of wood for different crafts. You can check out. They have little ones, sometimes for a small project. Yeah, I just showed the egg there. Oh, here's another idea. I did a gingerbread house. So all the sides were painted cookie. And so you can just pipe your areas, let it dry, and then put it together, and the kids can paint the gingerbread house. And here there are, here, let me just move the comments so we can see. Here you can see the cookies with the popsicle stick palettes with the little paintbrush packaged with it. The eggs. Oh, the eggs are classic.
Oh, these are like these. I don't remember. I forget about these. So many of them. So many of them.
So Kathy, no, it doesn't have to be dry. Airbrush is, you're not physically touching the surface when you paint, right? It's wind. So it doesn't have to be dry. You can pipe them, paint them, set them aside to dry. They do have to be completely dry though before you package them. So if you want, you can make the palettes, you know, kind of pile them up during the course of the year, leave them white or paint them. And sometimes you can change up the colors. Like Christmas, maybe you'll do more like red, green, and then Halloween have more like purple, orange type colors, you know, so you can leave them blank depending on your project. Oh yes, that's a cute idea. Cross for stained glass. That looks like stained glass. It's the time now. Hannah, are you ever going to do anything with those cross cutters you got?
Yes. That's a really interesting question. Why are you asking?
Well, because she mentioned crosses, and I remember you got a
cross.
cross.
I got 3 crosses. Yes, I was so excited to get them, and I will do something when the time is right. Easter would be a good time, right? Or Easter,
white.
So are you doing wet black on wet white?
So if you're piping, as opposed to using a stencil, it's all wet on wet icing. Yes. If you're going to stencil, you want to have a white bare cookie like this. I could not find my stencil, so that's why we're not doing that today. I thought anyway, in typical fashion. So anyway, you would stencil on a dry surface, and you're pressing quite hard. So you want to have a completely dry cookie because you'll cave it in. So if you're airbrushing, it's much more forgiving. You're just gently resting the stencil. It's wind. But when you're stenciling in royal icing, there is quite a bit of push on there, and you'll fracture the surface. At the very least, you'll get cracks.
Again, Jennifer, you can view the full live from this Tuesday, where Marlene shows in detail how she makes the palettes.
It was, I figured it was going to be a long one, so I did it in two days. You see?
Yes, it would be great for the process. I just might do something. We still have almost 2 months, but I will hopefully try to do it.
Or maybe it's a bear like this.
Like I'm trying to see something else in there. Like
Well, I just, as I'm looking at it,
Yes, it does. I do see something. I do see an animal. Yes, and this could be. It's a dog. It's a dog with
a bow tie, yes.
or the bow tie of
Let's do sideways. What do we see?
bandana. Am I saying
No,
that?
you cannot airbrush the stencil, Pam, because it's the paint palette is airbrush color. They're activated by water. If you airbrush your coloring lines, when the water touches it, it's all going to become a big mess.
Oh, that's awesome, Angie. That's awesome. I also see something else, but I don't like. What else do I see? A fish, a shark.
In front of a cake, the cookies.
Yes, it will be nice around the cake also. Very cute. The fun thing for could be like if you have an activity like that, like let's say for Easter, everybody gets a cookie like that. You all kind of decorate, and then you have a bare cake, and you put it around the cake, which is a great kind of activity to do as a family.
I'll see. She's seeing a pig.
Oh, handkerchief. Yes, thank you. That's what I was handkerchief. Yes, scarf. Yes, that I'm seeing a dog. I'm seeing a really cute dog, Mark.
Here.
Get on it. Get on it.
Here.
I'm seeing such a cute dog with a smiley face, big eyes, his tongue hanging out.
Upside down.
Look at you go. Awesome. It's a dog, guys. I mean, if you thought you were getting a bunny, you were wrong. That's brilliant.
There we go. So everybody saw a dog, an elephant. I don't a tadpole.
I mean, seriously, it like Callie think. I mean, I don't know if she was thinking about the dog when she was designing a rabbit or bunny or whatever. But yeah, you can see.
Yeah, I did not see though this cutter available. So sadly, some of her really cool shapes are no longer available. I don't know if she'll do relaunches in her repackages.
I don't have this cutter, but this is a nice cutter. I like that it's a bit like it's chunkier.
Yeah.
I have a lot of bunny cutters that are very narrow and just slim. Yeah, thanks for the spotlight.
I'm gonna be right there with you.
Okay, well I don't have like I'm all right, so let's see. So I just released the buttercream recipe that I was talking about, and I was going to do something fabulous, and then I lost track of time. So bear with me as I'm trying to get this done. So these are the sugar cookies. Now, if you're using buttercream, I mean you can use regular sugar cookies, but I personally like softer cookie. So I made these. Let me just get. I made these yesterday. These were done with a carving technique. I also made this one. Marlon, really like this one. You like?
Yes, that's the other one's very nice, but that one is my favorite.
It's your favorite, so I'm not gonna do anything with your favorite. So this is a different type of a sugar cookie. It's a soft sugar cookie. It has sour cream. Let me back up a little bit. Sour cream. I decorated the underside. Now I'm using buttercream, and you can see I decorated this yesterday, and I did put some definitely pressure on the ends, and it didn't really do much. So you can stack these, and I actually had already one of these, so they're very good. And the recipe for both of these buttercream, it's also now on the blog. I just released it earlier today. It's a hybrid recipe, so you may like it or you may not like it. I don't know. I've never seen such a recipe anywhere where you combine two buttercream recipes together.
Well, the unique thing is that the big problem with buttercream always is the stacking and the packaging. So you're trying to create.
I mean, the reason the recipe, it's a combination of two recipes. I have a recipe that uses melted butter. Imagine melted butter to create frosting to decorate cookies, but that recipe, often I find it hard, it dries or it crusts a bit too much. So that's why I decided to add butter at room temperature to make it a bit, to crust a bit softer. But it still crusts pretty nicely, so you can stack the cookies.
And this cookie recipe, I love this cookie recipe. I've made these many times. It's very good.
Yeah,
it's
here,
completely different from the sugar cookies. It's
so here are the two. Actually, I can hear the two of them. So this is the regular sugar cookie, you see.
okay.
So it's pretty flat. I
Uh-huh.
also baked it on a perforated mat. And this is the other cookie. You see the surface, it's not as, it's a
Perfect.
bit more porous.
Yeah.
It's because there is baking soda and baking powder. And it's a bit more dome. It's like domed and rounded a little bit.
Yeah.
So both of these were baked on perforated mats. We love our perforated mats. Why do we love them more?
Well, I mean, it gives you even baking. The cookies tend to spread less. They have a pretty finish on the back. They look like they're commercially baked, like they look like they come out of a commercial kitchen. They look very professional.
Yes, this is the back. Look how
Very nice.
So I'm gonna do just some very, very simple designs here. I'm finding a middle of the cookie, and now I'm just going to draw the circle. What is this thing called that I'm using?
I don't know, but it's available in the drafting.
Start a cookie lunch break vocabulary or something, or dictionary or something. So I don't remember what it's called.
I don't know what it's called, guys. What is a ruler called with a bunch of holes in it? But it's a very handy cookie tool.
A rule of dimensional. Okay, so this is yellow, right? Obviously, yellow, lemon yellow. And I'm using, this is a piping tip. Oh, it's 103. I thought it was 104. My eyesight is really, I suppose not that great.
I don't even own a 103.
I already wanted to use 104, but I guess this one is already taken. All right, let's see.
Shell mixer buttercream with a quarter with cream cheese. A circle.
Yes, I also had a recipe like that on the blog with not cream cheese, sorry, sour cream. That sounds really good. Oh no, you mean the cookies, I guess.
No, I think she's meaning in the icing, or is it in the cookie? What? Clarify, Cynthia. In the icing or in the cookie, actual cookie?
So I'm piping with the white part of the tip is facing out, the narrow part is facing in. I'm trying to end my petal by the edge of the circle I made.
What is bulk buttercream, Michelle? Or Michael? Sorry.
6 hours? What is that? 6 hours. Oh, guys, by the way, I made my first ever pre-ferment bread. Fabulous. Have you guys made bread? Cookies with cream cheese. Yeah, I've heard people making cookies with cream cheese. I actually have a recipe for gluten-free cookies, and I use cream cheese in that recipe because it keeps it. You know how gluten-free flour, it's so dry when you make something out of it? It's like eating sandpaper. So the cream cheese kind of does something, so it softens and it hydrates the dough better. So I'm just making lots of petals here. You can see I'm not starting at the very edge. I'm starting maybe like, not a quarter inch, but maybe a little less. And then I'm doing, what do you call it, tucking?
You're tucking the beginning?
Yes. Oops. Can't really see.
So it's called, Emily said, it's called a circle template. Kim, circle template rulers. Cynthia, it's a geometric ruler. Kathy says circle template.
Now, obviously, like with any buttercream, and this recipe also has a little bit of starch. But if you are holding the bag for 30, 40 minutes, obviously the butter in it will start to soften up. If you want to use it in a humid I would probably recommend using Crisco, but I'm not a big fan.
No, and the Crisco doesn't freeze. I years ago was trying to make a cake for a video, so I was trying to save money and used Crisco, and then I put it in the freezer thinking I could, but it doesn't at all freeze.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of its trans fats. I mean, I'm better with butter, even if it melts a little. But this buttercream, it crusts really, really well. And you wouldn't put buttercream cookies in the sun anyway, right? So you would try to shield them.
Well, you shouldn't put any cookies in the sun.
Yes. So now, I mean, you can see I lost the track where the line is. So I'm just going to see if I can. You can kind of see the shadow of it, though. Okay.
Well, a quick way, Han, would be to have a small cookie cutter, and you could just kind of create a little impression.
Exactly. I don't have it on hand. Now this is brown.
She is using buttercream, right, Han?
Yes, this is buttercream. So this is brown, and I used actually cocoa powder, and I talk about that on the blog as well, to color it and to flavor it. And this is a start. Like I said, this is a very simple design. I think we all need a little sunshine now, so sunflowers are great to bring smiles. I love sunflowers.
Absolutely. Someone's feeling under the weather, you could get make some get well soon flour cookies, or
before you package them, these needs to dry. This icing, just like royal icing, best to let them dry overnight. I would say it depends on the climate, of course, 6 to 10 hours. Just let it dry. Quicker it is, the more time it needs to kind of crust. And then once it crusts, let me just grab this. Once it crusts, let me put that aside. So I have them here in my clear bags. Okay. I also have others, but basically what you do, I'm gonna do it with an egg. Yeah, so I got these. You can get these anywhere, I think. Right?
Yeah, they're pretty readily available, the cello bags.
Hopefully, hopefully this fits in. I don't know if this is gonna fit in or not. Oh, I don't think it's big enough.
Yeah, it's a bit small.
Yeah, I think it's a bit small.
So the lesson here, guys, is if you're planning on packaging your cookies, make sure you double check to make sure it's going to fit, so that you don't.
I did fit it in. I did.
That's good.
I did. So on the back here, there's a tape. This is really handy, right? When there is a tape,
yes,
you can just seal it. And there. Okay, so you can then package these. Now another design, we're just gonna do another simple one.
Here's a question Phoebe's asking. Can you put it in the fridge to kind of speed up the...
Sure, you can. It can harden, but I don't know if it's going to crust. It has to air dry. I haven't tried it in the fridge for the crusting, because there is lots of moisture in the fridge. So I don't know if it's going to actually crust for you. That's my only thing. So when you add moisture to crusting, when there is lots of moisture in crusting buttercream, it gives you trouble. Basically, for the crusting to occur, you have to use, it's the ratio of butter and sugar. It's the sugar that kind of makes. What does melting the butter do to the buttercream? That's a great question, June. I've been using it. It just works. I think it's also good if you're making ghee. If you know, like ghee is clarified butter, or type of clarified butter. When you remove all the milk solids, you can make it at home, or you can purchase it. So it makes the buttercream, I guess, also more shelf stable, because there's no dairy in it. You're using ghee. And it actually, I find it tastes very nice when it's melted. You know, like, I don't know if you like melted butter, but I just like the flavor of it. and it also, transfers to the buttercream. Okay, so now I'm going to do, let's try something different. So I'm gonna use my pink here, and let's spread it with the spatula here. Just gonna spread it.
So
what are
often on
you
Instagram,
I'm sorry?
I was just saying, often on Instagram, we see like most of the stuff has 2 inches of frosting on it, but
Yeah,
you're
I'm not, well, I'm going to pipe more frosting on the top, but I'm like, I'm not a
your
big
team,
fan.
your team less.
I'm team less, or yeah. So this is just the background. What you can do to clean up the edge, you could actually go all the way to the edge and then just dip it in some sprinkles to hide that edge and decorate the top. Just have fun with it,
Hmm. I like a dehydrator to dry the icing, Kathy, myself. Han, you've recently, now that you have the feature with your oven, you've
With
been
your oven,
using.
I do like for the crusting to occur. I don't leave it there to completely dry because I find it gives me buttercream,
Butter.
not the color bleed, but the buttercream. So now I'm going to swap out. Let's see if I can get. Okay, this is it's going to
That's a
work.
pretty pink.
I'm sorry.
That's a very pretty pink.
You like that?
Yeah.
Well, that's our favorite color, no?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see if I can get it done. So now I'm going to do petals this way. So now I have my piping tip with the petal tip. Oops. Narrow part is facing out and wide part is facing in. My petals are not even. As you can see, one petal is quite big. So I'm going to wipe that off. Or not.
I
I'm just gonna leave it. It's
I
fine.
guess it depends how long you leave it in the dehydrator, but Han's issue with what happens is the dehydrator does give heat, so you're basically melting the butter inside the cookie. If you leave it a very long time, the butter bleed is a real issue. Oh, that's a nice touch.
So this is a kind of a
Smarties.
variation of Smarties. Oh
In
yes,
Canada, they look like
yes,
Smarties.
they are Smarties. Yes, yes. So that's kind of like what you can also use. I thought I had the white nowhere else here, but I guess I don't. Okay. Another
I've
one.
never used a fan. Have you used a fan to dry your cookies?
Oh, I always have a fan.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I always have a fan running because it kind of promotes air circulation and just cookies dry, like the icing crust faster. Yeah, I would have a ceiling fan or a stand fan close by. The only thing is you have to make sure that it's clean because if it collects dust and the dust, it
Mhm.
gets,
If you have a cat, you get to have a few extra tidbits in your cookies.
yeah, that's not probably what you want. Now this is a petal tip. It's a cake boss. Well, I really need to get my eyesight checked. It's 61. I don't use this petal tip often, I have to say. It's not something I use. Let me see if I can.
It's got a bit of a curve up.
Yes, but it's already started to crust. So I
Oh,
need to, yes, because it's This is really nice for even like roses and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
it's very, very narrow. So there a single crust. Oh, it's crusting. This is a pretty fast crusting recipe. It's not coming out nice. Sorry. Thing is, sorry. So I'm just gonna use this one.
You put food color in your potato salad? Is that what you do, Debbie?
What?
I don't use a fan. I'm gonna sound like a lunatic. The sound of a fan makes me mad. Like not mad as in angry, mad as in crazy. I can't stand the sound of a fan.
Really?
I'd rather sweat to death than hear a fan.
No, don't say that. Please don't say that. You don't like the sound of the fan, but what if you have a fan that doesn't really?
June is saying for you to run the tip under hot water
No, it
too.
takes a while for you to run in hot water, so I would have to stand there for 5 minutes. But I will have to do it, I guess, after. Everything is okay. Let's see if we can do this. I have to hold it. Sorry, it's easier for me to hold it because I don't have the turntable.
Oh, she dyes the eggs in her potato salad. You can get silent fans. I think though they're like $500 or something, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I don't like the sound of the fan. I also dislike the sound of the fan. And I remember we were buying stand fan, and I swear, we tried 100 different types. We did find one that we liked. It was very difficult to part with it when we were moving. We sold it. We actually sold it for almost the same price because it was so quiet. And it's difficult to find quiet fan, yes.
Well, Debbie's coloring her eggs for her potato salad, piquing some interest.
Well, June also colors hers. The Baroque Baker. June, she sent me with beets, red beets.
Oh.
Have you did that?
No, I haven't, but that must be very nice.
Yes.
So is that tip still the 61?
No, this is a petal tip. That one, it's. I think I need to really run it under the water because it's.
She was having technical issues, and so with the live, it's not that easy to run to the sink. So she switched it up. Very nice, Hannah. I love that cookie. So pretty.
Okay, let's clean that up. Now the center, let's go wild.
We're gonna go wild. Woohoo!
Pick. I can't even pronounce it. Sorry, that was picketed. No, it's called pickled. No, pickled, not picketed. Pickled, right? June, you mean pickled, right? Pickled beets and eggs. Yes. So this is pink. Sorry, and I'm again doing the stars. These are quite large. These are larger. This is 18. Yes, that's a nice size also for cookie decorating.
Very nice. Well, I think that you could use the beet liquid to color your eggs for your deviled eggs, and it wouldn't be so toxic, if you will. Wouldn't be so chemically, maybe. Pickled. No. She puts the eggs in her pickled beets. She's saying it's not deviled eggs. That's very pretty, and you got your little spoon, your baby spoon.
Yes, I have 2 baby spoon and a shovel. Now I'm looking at this. This is like a child did it.
I like the pretty. It's pretty. Put it next to the other one with the color. It's good. I mean, it's nice to show different Like if
I
you're
don't
having
use buttercream that often on cookies, so it is a bit it has a learning curve.
different,
You know?
yeah. And it's not easy to, it's a lot easier to pipe a flower on a flower-shaped cookie because you know where the petal placement is. Now you're doing it on a circle and you kind of are eyeballing it. It's trickier to do.
Let me see if we can get.
No, doesn't like beets. Blech.
Don't like beets though. I love beets, but I got sick one time because I ate too many.
Oh, cranberry, that's a good option, yes. Blueberries, if you want to.
Blueberries in your cookie, in your blueberry to color the egg.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if that would work. Would that
I mean,
work?
blueberry's pretty intense.
You would think, but I tried making bubble icing and it gets more, it's not really purple or it's more like a gray.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not, it doesn't give
Not
a
pretty?
bright color. It doesn't really do anything. Like I said, this recipe for buttercream is on the blog.
And how does it pipe? You like it?
Yes, it pipes nicely. You can just have fun with it.
That little rosette would be cute. Could make a little basket cookie or
Let's see if I can get my head in.
a little bouquet.
Oh, there, I found it. Hubby doesn't like cranberries. Here, you can't really get fresh cranberries, which I love fresh cranberries. The name is, I think I named it as crusting buttercream frosting.
How does it work now? I'm on your blog. Icing frost. She has recipes, icing frosting. Because it's not like the old days. Your content is not in like chronological.
You have to scroll down a little bit. If you are, are you on a table? Are you on desktop?
Yeah.
So on desktop, it's like you scroll down and a new post, and it's there. It's the picture of buttercream frosted flowers. Very simple, just like similar to the ones I'm doing today. Very, very, very simple. What do we have? Okay, let's do.
She called it crusting buttercream frosting. I don't know if you'll be able to click, but I'll put it in the comments. And oh, June beat me to it. She did it faster than me.
Can't believe somebody faster than you.
Oh, I'm not that fast. I had trouble even finding it on the blog. I'm like, where is it? So what about, Debbie's curious about your colors. Is this your neon set?
The pink wasn't actually electric pink, but I diluted that a bit. It was even brighter.
Because that yellow looks pretty neon as well.
The yellow is just lemon yellow, actually. I guess it takes color really nicely. And this is leaf green with black to mute it down. I like to use black to mute it down a little bit, if you want to.
Yeah, Elaine, it is a new recipe on her blog.
Yes. Oops. Sorry. So let's do this is the rose, the star tip. We could do one of these things. And then let's do yellow. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just like playing with buttercream right now. Oh, let's do this way. And obviously, when it's too runny, you have to put it into the fridge. That would be my recommendation. So let's do some sprinkles. Why not? Now we have some green.
Did you guys notice the price of butter this week? I near fell over.
Oh, what happened with butter?
Pound of butter here in Quebec, $7 at the discount grocery store.
Pound of butter?
A pound of butter.
$7 a pound of butter. So that's 400 and something.
4.54.
454, $7.
7 Canadian dollars, yes.
So here it's not a pound, it's a half pound. Half pound. It went up. The butter I was buying, it went up about 50 cents euro. So about three. Some of it is expensive. Half pound. It's $4 or $5. Yes. So
So $6, Pam. Where are you, Pam?
It's about the same.
$13 in California. Oh my.
Oh, wow. $13. I mean,
Hi, Victoria.
Hi, Victoria. What are you going to use instead of butter? I mean,
Well, there's a vegan one that's not bad. $3, Debbie. Where? No, sorry, Jenny. Where did you get it? Are you in the States? So that means 319 June. So that means, guys, make sure as you see the price of ingredients going up, you're going to have to adjust your prices and have a difficult conversation with your customers because, you know,
that's insane.
80.
I guess I have to start. Like I did buy like 20. I mean, I bought lots of butter, but you do an up.
Prices are still high in the States, like, but it's not. It's 350. It's, you know, I mean, a year ago I was paying 379 or something.
Year ago?
Yeah. Well, they were saying now because of everything that's happening, so the price of fuel is obviously going to go up. The price of flour.
Yeah, cost of fuel is going to be over the roof.
Yeah, $6 for 8 sticks at Walmart. So that's $3 a pound.
So that's it. So that's the crusting buttercream. Now let's see how it's crusting. So this is the one I made in the beginning, and I can touch it already. Like it's still like if I press it, it's still it will, it's still soft underneath. So like I said, you need to give it some time. Okay. And that's it. Today, very easy buttercream.
Beautiful, man.
Okay. Thank you.
Very, very nice. Well,
So it's
$3.
pound. Yeah, I'm buying in bulk. Yes, I would. Yeah, I would do the same. I think I probably have to also. Tomorrow we're going shopping, so I have to see what the cost is here. Because I buy the cheap, like, it's funny, but here, the cheapest butter, it's really, like, it's very good. It's still very good. Like, I don't need to buy the most expensive butter. The most expensive butter I've seen, it was like half pound, $6-7. Half pound. Euros, sorry. So that's like butter that I guess you want to really like indulge, spread it on your toast or something. But yeah, I buy like really maybe the butter I buy it's euro 65 or euro 70 or something, and that's a half pound. Half pound.
Yeah, you have to shop the when like reduce prices because it's so expensive.
But for the cookies that we do for the lives, that like nobody's eating those, I use margarine. And it has, normally I wouldn't use margarine in the States. It didn't give me good results, but margarine here it does. And it's a bit cheaper. It's a bit cheaper than butter. So it gives me very good results for the cookies. It doesn't work in buttercream because it doesn't really harden as much, so it doesn't really, and it gives like odd texture. It's not smooth. I guess there's not enough fat in it or something.
Well, we're on time, Han. Thanks everybody for joining us.
For joining us.
We'll be back, or no, next week, actually. I'm off next week. It's my kids' March break. So Han's going to be with Amber.
We'll be on Friday with Amber, and then on Tuesday you will get a little surprise to see what we made.
Okay.
Because I don't remember. Sorry.
So we'll see you. Thanks for joining us. Bye.